What about the groceries? Have they come down yet? I don't give a fuck about grocery prices. We are exposing the corruption in this country in real time. And
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are here, it means you are not afraid to dig deep, challenge the narratives and call out the nonsense happening in real time. You have seen the headlines, you have heard the outrage, and you have probably asked yourself, do these people even hear themselves? Well, that is where we come in. Oh, we heard you loud and clear, and trust me, we have thoughts. This channel is all about breaking down the absurdity, exposing hypocrisy, and giving you the real conversations that mainstream media won't touch. Whether it's political drama, social debates, or just straight up ridiculous takes, we are here for all of it. So if you are tired of the noise, the gaslighting, and the fake outrage, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get into it. Because in this space, fact matters, and we are not afraid to call it like it is. Now let's get started.
What about the groceries? Have they come down yet? I don't give a fuck about grocery prices. We are exposing the corruption in this country in real time, and we're reducing government spending at the same time. Billions of dollars we are saving after we cut off funding dumb shit. And all you guys can talk about is grocery prices. Anybody with a brain knows you can't fix the economy in a day. We all know that. Donald Trump knows that. You know that. So stop acting dumb.
Flash, she doesn't give a fuck about corruption either. And we need to realize this. We're not going to bring any facts to the table. We're not going to reach them intellectually. Even emotionally. They are so tied up in their existing thought process of racial superiority. They can't be reached. Their hate is real. Their fear is real. We're wasting our time, our breath, and our energy trying to reach these people by bringing logic to the table. All of that energy should be better spent by organizing and by force.
Oh my God, Big Lots Addison Rae is mad.
We are exposing the corruption in this country in real time.
Oh, I know a bachelor villain when I see one. You're not here to make friends, are you?
And we're reducing government spending.
Okay, I do agree with you, human version of a White Claw. We should decrease frivolous spending.
At the same time, billions of dollars we are saving after we cut off funding dumb shit.
Okay, Stanley Cup Sarah, riddle me this. Are FAA employees dumb shit? Because I know an all-inclusive bartender in Cancun hates to see you coming. Or maybe you prefer your selfies at a national park, even though you look like somebody who would toss your chewing gum into the Grand Canyon. Or is it the Medicaid and Medicare? But Snapchat Sophie, come closer. Do you know you have 30 minutes before you get kicked off your parents' insurance?
And all you guys can talk about is grocery prices.
That was what you guys were talking about. Somebody get the cheese slice, lady!
Anybody with a brain knows you can't fix the economy in a day.
Hold up, Abercrombie and bitch. We know that. But that's not what Donald Trump promised. Ooh, and healthcare's expensive. I don't know if Daddy's credit card will cover that or not.
We all know that. Donald Trump knows that.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
So stop acting dumb.
I love this game. You go first.
Smart Valley. We knew you never gave a fuck about the goddamn eggs in the first place. But continuing on, you want to have this conversation about government corruption? Let's have it. Elon Musk gets paid out the equivalency of $8 million goddamn dollars a day by the U.S. government through existing contracts that he already has. Plus, he just decided to get another contract for $400 million approved. So when you talk about like this government corruption, maybe, I don't know, the person in charge of cutting government spending and doing things like cutting U.S. aid, in which a 71-year-old woman has now died as a result of this, while simultaneously giving himself millions and billions of dollars, that's corruption. Continuing on the conversation, I heard you say something about spending money on dumb shit. Dumb shit like, I don't know, flying your cronies and yourself out to the goddamn Super Bowl for $10 million and then getting pissed that your team was losing so you left early. I think that's kind of dumb shit. What about spending $8 million to change Fort Liberty back to Fort Bragg? I don't know, I think that's kind of dumb shit here. But anyways, I digress. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you, goodbye.
I know a lot of people might not like this take, but I have to admit, part of me is jealous of her. I cannot imagine having that much empty space in my brain. I am thinking about the women in the Congo, the innocents in Palestine. I am worried about stability in Haiti. Those women, that woman who lost her children due to homelessness in the most powerful nation on earth. I'm still thinking of the Uyghurs. I'm wondering how Hong Kong is doing. Have they been able to at least manage to keep some semblance of independence? I spend so much of my time thinking and feeling for other people. And she just goes la-da-da-da-da. Facts don't matter. Science doesn't matter. Nothing is real. She gets to make up imaginary problems and then get to solve those imaginary problems. It must be so quiet and peaceful in her head. There is a son of apartheid who was not elected into any position in government, standing next to the President of the United States, speaking in the Oval Office, while his child insults everyone, including the president, in the room, and we're supposed to treat that as normal. They are gutting government agencies without even knowing what those agencies do. And she's just tumbleweed into the air in her mind. It is exhausting caring and understanding and reading and then talking to someone who's supposed to have an equal voice to you and they don't believe in facts. When I told people that it wasn't the price of eggs, that it was never the price of eggs, it is just racism, they laughed. They're now coming out and telling you to their faces, to your faces. They just want to see the country burn. I don't even know what to say back to that.
You gotta love the ignorance of these loony left libtarded dummy rat asshat bidophile child chasing diaper sniping schmeados on the left side over here, for the simple fact that in 2022 Biden hired Elon Musk, gave him all the security clearances, even top secret security clearances. That's why he was getting those contracts. Oh yeah, and it was December of 2024 when Biden signed the contract or pushed the contract for those armored vehicles. Gosh, you guys are so fucking ignorant. Man, gaslighting, pushing lies, and you guys are just mad that Daddy Trump's not gonna legalize schmedophilia for you asshats. Get a grip.
Alright, let's get into it. This whole situation is a perfect example of how disconnected some people are from reality. The young lady in that viral clip at Threads says she doesn't care about groceries price because she believes the real issue is exposing corruption and cutting government spending. Now, on the surface, that might sound like some grand patriotic stance, but let's be real, it's nonsense. First off, the idea that government corruption and economic hardship are two separate issues is ridiculous. They are directly connected. You can't talk about government spending and saving billions while ignoring the fact that people can't afford basic necessities. If corruption and reckless spending were actually being addressed, then we should be seeing some kind of relief for the average American, right? But that is not happening. Instead, the cost of living is still sky high, wages are stagnant, and basic needs like healthcare, housing, and groceries are becoming increasingly out of range for millions. So when she says, "I don't give a fuck about groceries prices," and she's really saying is, I don't care about the struggles of everyday Americans. Because let's be honest, the price of food affects everybody. Whether you are rich, poor, Republican, Democrat, independent, it doesn't matter. Food is a necessity. Yet she brushes it off like it's some trivial issue. That alone tells you everything you need to know. But here is the real kicker. She claims people need to stop acting dumb because everybody knows you can't fix the economy in a day. So that is true. No one expects an overnight miracle, but the problem is that Trump, the very person she's defending, ran his campaign promising that he will fix inflation and make America affordable on day one. That was his selling point. His supporters repeated it over and over again. So when reality sets in and the prices hasn't magically dropping, the response is, well, you can't fix the economy in a day. So which is it? And that is the thing. This isn't about facts. This isn't about corruption. This isn't even about government spending. This is about blind loyalty. She's not thinking critically about the economy. She's not asking who is actually benefiting from these policies. She's just parroting the talking points she's been fed. And the second you bring up actual government corruption, like massive tax breaks for billionaires, unchecked corporate subsidies or contracts given to friends and donors, suddenly the conversation shifts. Suddenly that isn't the type of corruption they care about. Let's talk about that for a second. The whole cutting government spending argument is one of the biggest scams out there, because when they talk about cutting spending, they are not talking about cutting wasteful military contracts. They are not talking about billion-dollar handouts to corporations. No, they are talking about cutting funding for things like education, healthcare, food assistance, and infrastructure. You know, the thing that actually benefits regular people. And what is crazy is that these same people will turn around and complain when their flights get delayed because there hasn't enough FAA employees, or when natural disaster hits and there is no federal support, or when roads, bridges, and power grids fail. That is where those government funds go. But instead of recognizing that, they did rather cheer up on the destruction of the very systems that keep the country running, just because their favorite political figure tells them to. Now, I have to bring up one of the funniest parts of this whole clip. The reaction people were not having it. The internet dragged this woman up and down for essentially admitting that she doesn't care about everyday struggles. And one of the best responses came from Mercedes Chandler, who perfectly broke down the absolutity of it all. She pointed out how these people scream about government corruption, yet ignore things like Elon Musk getting millions of dollars in government contracts while pretending to be anti-government. She also brought up something that a lot of people don't think about, the fact that money is still being wasted on dumb things, like renaming military bases back to their confederating names for no reason other than to appease a certain political base. Or let's not forget spending $10 million to fly friends out to the Super Bowl and then leaving early because this team was losing. That is where taxpayer money is going. But sure, let's talk about how cutting aid to starving people is saving the country. The irony here is that the people who claim to care the most about government spending are the ones cheering on policy that actively make life worse for them. And when you try to present facts, when you try to explain that their taxes are still being fueled into the pockets of the rich while basic services get gutted, they just double down, because as Mercedes said, this isn't about logic. This isn't even about economic policy. It's about ideology. It's about tribalism. It's about maintaining a sense of superiority, even at the cost of their own well-being. They don't care if government spending is actually reduced in a meaningful way. They don't care if corruption is actually addressed. What they care about is owning the position. That is it. And that is why trying to have rational discussion with these people is a waste of time. They don't respond to facts. They don't care about hypocrisy. They just want to win, even if winning means watching their own community suffer. That is the most frustrating part of all of this, because while they sit there gloating about how they don't care about grocery prices, millions of people are out there struggling to afford basic necessities. But hey, at least they are owning the libs, right? Look, at the end of the day, this isn't a game. People's livelihood are on the line. The cost of living crisis is real, government corruption is real, and instead of having serious conversations about how to actually fix these problems, we are stuck listening to people like this who doesn't even care enough to pretend they are making sense. But hey, what do I know? I'm just out here asking the real question. Have the groceries, have they come down yet? Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, drop a comment below. What do you think about all of this? And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. See you in the next one.